Hi, I'm Brendan with Reviewed.com, and we're taking a look today at Dell's two XPS 13 models that they're selling for 2017. We have the regular traditional Ultrabook, and then the 2-in-1 style that has hinges that let you use it like a tablet. Now, before you shop for either of these two models, I think that it's important to note they have two different kinds of processor inside. Dell's using what they call what Intel calls a Y-series chip in the 2-in-1, which is less powerful, and they're using the regular U-series chip in the normal Ultrabook version, which is faster. There are benefits and drawbacks to both. For instance, the Y-series chip in the 2-in-1 lets the device be very thin and operate without a fan, so it's very quiet. This Ultrabook with the U-series chip is a lot faster, and because it has a fan, it can sustain higher performance for longer. If you have an i7, for instance, in both of these models, the typical Ultrabook version will outperform it every single time, hands down, and you can actually get a faster version of the traditional XPS 13 for less money. Now onto a topic that is near and dear to my heart, ports. The traditional XPS 13, that's your regular standard Ultrabook, has two regular USB ports, but it also has one USB-C Thunderbolt port, so you can use, peripherals that are coming out now and into the future. The XPS 13 2-in-1, because it's really thin, they took away the standard USB ports, and you get one Thunderbolt and one USB-C. And those also double as things like the charging port too. So when you have it plugged in, for instance, you're eating up half of your ports potentially. The XPS 13s both have SD card readers, but read the fine print because the regular XPS 13 is a full-sized SD card, whereas the XPS 13 2-in-1 is micro SD. So I'd say the 2-in-1 is better if you want to get more space from a micro SD. Just pop it in, forget about it, use it to store all your stuff. Whereas the XPS 13, the traditional Ultrabook, is going to be much better for your mobile creative professionals, taking files off your digital camera, 4K video, editing, stuff like that. One pain point that a lot of people have groused about since the original XPS 13 debuted a few years ago is that because of the super skinny bezel around the screen, Dell had to put the webcam all the way down in the corner here. And it's really good at looking straight up your nose, but not really good at making you look beautiful for when you're on Skype. And so I'd say that the new XPS 13 2-in-1, it's a slight upgrade. You have the camera that's in the middle now, so at least it's looking straight up at you rather than all the way from the corner, because that angle, underneath your chin, up your nose, it's not flattering, believe me. Now, in 2016, we saw a lot of laptops come out with some pretty cool new technology that's all being called Windows Hello. Fingerprint readers and cameras that recognize your face that all let you log into your computer without putting in a password. Now, the traditional XPS 13 doesn't have any of that technology. It's some of my favorite new features to come along. Dell's rectified that a little bit with the XPS 13 2-in-1. It comes with a fingerprint reader, which is really snappy. I played around with it earlier. It's about as fast as you find on a phone. And also the webcam, although it's not active yet, has facial recognition, so you can log in, it just sees your face and logs you in it instantaneously. It's great. So those are the main differences between the two 2017 Dell XPS 13 models. I'd say if you're more into portability and you really want the latest features, especially with that 2-in-1 functionality where you can turn it into a tablet, this is the one to get. It's plenty fast, it'll keep up with most of your work. But if you just want a traditional Ultrabook and you need that extra power, or you need the bigger ports and the SD card reader, then the typical Ultrabook style XPS 13 will be the one that you'll want to look into.